What makes a person of interest? Coach Michael Burt cuts to the chase, interviewing some of the biggest names in the world. How do they think? What makes them tick? What are their thought processes? And how they became a person of interest.
All right, folks. Good afternoon. I'm Coach Michael Burt, the super coach. I'm here with a good friend of mine, a guy who's doing big things in the world. And I'm excited, number one, to partner with him on an upcoming event that he has in Las Vegas. And really excited about where the next period of his life is going with becoming a true authority figure in his industry. I think you earned that. I think over a series of years and demonstrated capacity, where you've shown a demonstrated capacity to do something, to create something, to lead something, to innovate something. So I'm with Executive Chairman Tyler Rees today, who of Innovative Financial Group. Tyler, what's up, big guy? How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. How are you, Coach?
I'm doing great. And we're going to talk about a lot of things today because I want to really expose you to my audience of people that I come in contact with. And I always joke and say I'm looking for Navy SEALs, not baby seals, right? And you're kind of a Navy SEAL in your industry. And Executive Chairman of IFG. Tell because this is a big operation. I mean, you have a lot of agents that work with you. Yep. I know there's a lot. We do a lot in the insurance space with all kinds of insurance folks. So tell us a little bit about what is IFG? What is Innovative Financial Group?
Yeah. So first off, thanks for having me today. It's an honor to be able to do this with you, and look forward to working with you in the future. So I am executive chairman, owner of Innovative Financial Group. We are a life and health brokerage. But when I say that, that's really, my start was in selling final expense, and then we got really good at doing that, and then we've kind of evolved and grew into other products and other markets. So mortgage protection, Medicare. When I'm talking Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplement. We also have a property and casualty division. We do a lot on the annuity side as well. So we were traditionally just a life and health brokerage, but we've grown and scaled into other markets as well, all within the insurance space. We have our own wealth management company now, and we have our own RIA. So we're doing assets under management, and that's a new division, and we're scaling on that side. What makes us unique and what makes us different comparative to everyone else in the industry is we're more of a platform than a brokerage. And what I mean by that is when I got into the business and I wanted to look at what people were, I looked at what people were doing well. And I tried to take what they were doing well, replicate it. But then I also wanted to create a competitive advantage that would give me something different to be able to show innovation. And for us, it's flexibility of options. With most people in our business, they run great businesses and great brokerages, but they're very restrictive and they're very uniform with how they operate. I wanted to give flexibility to the individuals and the agencies that we work with. So we sit down with each individual agent or agency on an individual basis, talk about what their goals, dreams, and aspirations are. And as long as it's morally, ethically, and financially sound, we leverage their resources and skill sets with our resources and skill sets, and we help them accomplish what they're trying to build. So we're really more of a customizable platform that anyone in the insurance industry could plug into, and we can create and design their strategy based on that.
How many agents would you say that you work with?
We have we're in all 50 states, and we are roughly right around 10,000 agents strong.
Yeah, it reminds me, when you're talking, I wrote a book years ago called Zebras and Cheetahs. A zebra looks different than all the other animals, and a cheetah runs faster. I think of agility, right? When what you're talking about, flexibility, agility. What have you found that most people want? I mean, they're coming to you for a reason. What's their desired outcome that you're helping them achieve? That they would say, man, I want to go with IFG. Growth,
I think, creativity. The youth movement, I guess you could reference, is what we have done a good job with. A lot of people that are youthful, whether not even in age, but in spirit and in mind. And with millennials, they, and I'm right at the cusp, so I'm classified as a millennial, but one thing that with them is they watch their parents spend their entire careers and years of their life working for someone else, having to, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, no flexibility, just the churn and burn that existed for our, the majority of our parents. And I witnessed it as well. Right. And I think that they just want it on their terms. They want to be able to dictate what their schedule is, what their life is. It's not a work ethic issue. It's just a flexibility for how they can live their life. So I think that's probably for us, knowing how to grow, knowing how to put systems, processes, and infrastructure in place to help someone grow, and then treating people well, transparency, educating people on what all exists out there. And, there's this pie that exists in the insurance world, and dividing up that pie fairly based on value, not just, personal gain. And that's, probably so flexibility, transparency, and then innovation would be probably
Yeah,
what I would summarize.
because everybody wants to feel like they're getting a fair deal, right? Everybody wants to feel valued. Everybody wants to know that they're, an important part of the equation. Everybody wants to feel that way. And I think when you're involved in business deals where you're brokering and dealing with different people, at the end of the day, that's what I tell my team all the time. People want to feel heard. They want to feel like they're important, and they want to be treated fairly. Right. And transparency, just to deal, whatever issue comes along, deal with it. Whatever comes along, deal with it. Whatever comes along. Right. So you've decided, you're really becoming what I would call a person of interest. I wrote a book called Person of Interest, and that's been a very popular theme among executives. And because really, I think if you're going to move the needle in the world, you got to become a person of interest. And that is where you are an authority, and you kind of transcend just your own business, and you really start teaching and educating other people, right? You kind of give away your gifts and talents, and that's kind of part of your legacy. So you're kind of moving into this space, right? And, as far as going to do a book, you're going to doing speaking engagements, your people are coming to you now as an authority figure. I've been at conferences where you sit on panels, right? And you do have I feel like I watch and observe you, and I could tell that people really look to you as a person of authority. You got a lot of confidence about you that I really like. And I could tell you, you're an authority figure in your industry. You paid it. You've done every type of insurance you can do. You paid your dues, man. And so you decided to put on a really incredible mastermind event in Las Vegas. And let's talk a little bit about that, because there's a lot of people out there that go to a lot of these things, right? You've been to these things before. I've spoken at a million of these things, and but you really kind of want this one to be different. To talk a little bit about what you're trying to accomplish with this event in Las Vegas that's coming up, who's going to be speaking at it, what you think why should a person come? What are they going to get out of this?
Yeah, no, for sure. So I've had a lot of people over the last few years ask me, what do I credit, or kind of my, what's my blueprint for creating and scaling
Right.
Distribution in the insurance industry. And really, the demand has been there. So I decided to put on an event, and it's going to be May 13th and 14th. I've been to a lot of events. I was at Cody's event in Arizona. I just was at Justin Brock's event in Memphis, which both were just tremendous events with tons of value. One thing that I wanted to do, so it's going to be a 2-day event. The first day is going to be education. The second day is going to be all application. And what we're going to get out of it is, it's going to be I'm literally putting together a blueprint from A to Z, everything that I feel and that I used and that I needed to create and grow Innovative to what it is today. So we're going to go over everything from marketing and leads, recruiting, coaching, mentorship, technology, transparency within the industry. So I'm going to be talking about marketing dollars and understanding, different types of features that are available as you scale and grow, from policy fees. So really everything from A to Z on how to grow and build distribution in the insurance space. So if you're in the insurance industry and you have a desire to grow, this is going to be an event that you're going to want to attend. I'm going to have Fortunately for me, you're going to be there. So I'm going to have really the coach of the insurance industry. And I know that you do a lot outside of it, but certainly within my space and what I know, you are the coach that's known to everyone in the insurance in the insurance industry. I'm going to have Brad Lee. We're hosting it actually at Brad's headquarters, which is Lightspeed headquarters for anyone that doesn't know, and that's the technology platform that we utilize for training. And I know a lot of people, including yourself, leverage Brad and the team at Lightspeed, and they do a phenomenal job. And then I'm going to have people within the insurance industry. So I'm going to have, obviously myself, I'll be there. I'm going to have Justin Brock, the Medicare guru. And what's unique is I'll be able to bring value from growing distribution from a brokerage standpoint. And I do have some, there's, LOA and more controlled environments as well. But Justin's done a great job of building a brick and mortar. We call them Brock and mortar. And so I just felt his creativity and his uniqueness will bring a ton of value to it as well. I also have Pete Fournier is going to be speaking. Everyone knows Pete. He's not only am I blessed to have him as my CEO, but he's one of the best sales trainers in the insurance industry. And he'll be there going over how to create sales systems and processes. And I'm going to have Landon McCarter. He'll be there as well. And he'll be doing everything and anything marketing. We'll have some technology guys there that work internally at Innovative that have done a phenomenal job. And Brandon Clay, who is the CEO of Senior Market Advisors, he's going to be there as well. And there's going to be many more. There's going to be a lot of people that are all having and have had success within the insurance space in all different markets, from life to health. So we're going to be spending 2 days. Like I said, the first day will be education, more laying out the process from A to Z, and teaching people how that works. And then day 2 is going to be all application. We're going to break the room down into small classrooms. We're going to have an expert in an expert or two in each category. And it's going to be a small setting, already intimate. We're only allowing 50 people at the event. And, day 2, we'll be breaking everyone down into small groups. They'll be going around and getting 45-minute to hour blocks of time to visit with each expert in the different categories that we'll be covering. And they'll be able to do a Q&A and really pull out as much, value as possible. So that's the goal, is to just take 2 days and pour in and give and provide as much information as we can.
Well, and part of this, in my opinion, is helping a person in your space think bigger, right? Like you said, I mean, seeing somebody work with 10,000 people, there's a lot of people out there that, man, they have a desire to grow. They got a desired outcome to get better, but they just can't quite figure out how to do it. So they stay small and they're dying. I worked with a CEO once, and he used to say, people are silently begging to be led. They're silently begging for somebody to go, man, just show me the way to do this, right? How do I get bigger? How do I grow? And some of us just believing you can do it. So for whatever reason, you've had a belief that you could take Innovative bigger, right? And get into other industries, and get into other segments of the industry and see opportunity, and then have the guts to pursue that opportunity. And I think that's what a lot of people need, man. They need the guts to say, man, I got to get bigger. There's nothing, great about staying small. There's a bigger play in people. So I think this conference, you got some incredible speakers. I've seen almost all these people speak. So the lineup is incredibly powerful. The masterminding, the small group work, the location is incredible. I've been out there many times to Lightspeed. So this is going to be a popping conference, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. And I think, two things, empowerment and, certainly empowerment, but then, who's your team? I think that's 2 pieces that people struggle with. They think that they can do it all themselves. And if you want to grow and you want to have success, you need a team around you. And the people that, your success is determined by those that surround you. That's like my favorite quote. Yep. And I know you understand that. I know your team is phenomenal, and they do a great job for you. And then, you know, it's one thing to find talent, but then once you find talent, you need to embrace it and empower it and really get out of its way. And I think, you know, there's going to be a lot of substance, you know, that we're going to be able to provide and give the people over those 2 days that I know they're going to walk away changed and refreshed and feeling good about where they're going. Everyone's capable. It's just understanding the vision, the path, and then really holding yourself accountable and finding the key people and knowing who your team is and then setting down that road. So I'm excited. I think I know it's going to be a great event, and looking forward to giving back to as many people as I can.
Well, you used a key word, and we'll wrap it up on that one is, refreshed. I believe I was coaching a guy yesterday, and he said, man, I know I got the pray drive that you talk about. Man, for some reason, I just can't flip that switch, man. And he asked me what he said, Coach, what do you do? And I said, when my pray drive goes down, I always get out of my environment and I go get around other people that are thinking big. And that activates my drive because exposure can activate that drive. I said, man, you're playing too close, too focused on you. You need to get out of your environment. You need to get around other people thinking bigger. It's going to activate your prey drive like you can't imagine. It'll refresh that prey drive. And that's what I think this conference is going to do for a lot of people. There's a lot of methodology, reactivation of prey drive, exposure to big time people, blueprints and roadmaps. I mean, this is going to be a great conference, and you're never going to go wrong hanging out with Brad Lee. It's worth the money just to go to Vegas and hang out with him for a day. And just for the pure, I call it edutainment, right? There's education and entertainment all in one deal. So being out in Vegas will be fun. So man, tell them the dates one more time, and let's see where do they go to register?
Yeah, so it's May 13th and 14th, and they would go to 8FIGUREMastermind.com, and the number 8FIGUREMastermind.com is where they would go to sign up.
Yeah, and who wouldn't want to be an 8-figure person, folks? Come on, 6 figures for the little kids, right? 7 figures for the little kids, right? It's time to grow up and get into the 8-figure club. So, man, Tyler, I'm excited about being with you. Thank you for being such a good friend and a good expert, good person of interest in the industry, man. It's going to be it's going to be 2 days that everybody needs to get excited about. And if you're in the insurance space and you want to grow, this is going to be the conference you need to be in, and you better get in quick, right? Because there will only take so many folks.
Spots are filling up fast, so make sure you get in, because we are limiting it to 50, because I want to make sure that each person there gets the attention and that they deserve and need.
Yeah, well, you better get in quick, because all 50 of those are going to sell out real fast. All right, Tyler Rees, Executive Chairman, Innovative Financial Group. Man, we'll look forward to seeing you in Las Vegas, and thank you for having me as a speaker. I know you can pick a lot of people. I appreciate you picking me. It means a lot to me, and I promise I won't let you down, man.
I know you won't.
I won't let you down.
I'm honored that you're able to make it, and we appreciate your support.
All right, Tyler Rees, thank you, big guy.